Hi, I'm John Baker, the creator of the asking formula, and today I want to give you a tip that will greatly add to your influence. Sir Isaac Newton famously said, "Truth is ever to be found in simplicity and not in multiplicity and confusion of things." And the truth of the matter is, asking is simple. Many who have taken one of my workshops or who have read my book have commented on the simpleness of the asking formula and the shortness of the book itself. I think that's high praise. I could have made the book much longer or complicated the workshop, but that multiplicity just confuses things. And that's not what I'm after. The asking formula is compelling because it isn't complex. One of my favorite quotes is from President Lincoln, who closed a note by stating, "If I would have had more time, I would have written a shorter note." Isn't that great? Here's another one of my favorite quotes. It's from President Woodrow Wilson, who was asked about the amount of time he spent preparing speeches. Here's what he had to say. He said, "It depends on the length of the speech. If it's a 10-minute speech, it takes me all of 2 weeks. If it's a half-hour speech, it takes me 1 week. If I can talk as long as I want to, it requires no preparation at all. I'm ready now." Many of us ask assuming that we have as long as we want to make our point, but that's not true. The asking formula starts with one simple question. What do you want? Get to the point. Not knowing what you want before asking for it means you don't get what you want. Yet we often shoot from the hip. We ad-lib. We ask for a lot of things all at the same time, almost as if we're hedging our bets. If I throw enough out there, we think, maybe something will stick. When we ask for many things, we frustrate our audience. We demand that they juggle multiple inputs, and we come off as unfocused or unprepared. We become irrelevant to them. I once had a leader who required all of his direct reports, including me, to complete an annual assessment that included rating ourselves on a list of over 100 leadership competencies. I suppose he thought he was being saged and enlightened, but the whole thing came off as silly to me. He overcomplicated his leadership and he overcomplicated his organization. In the role-playing we do in our workshops, it isn't uncommon to have someone stop halfway through and say, "You know, what I'm asking for isn't really what I want." It sounds strange, but by rehearsing the formula out loud, we begin to understand how convoluted our want can be. It takes courage to choose simplicity over multiplicity. Here's a tip. A rule of thumb in the asking formula is this: have the courage to want one thing. I'm John Baker.